it's somewhat conceivable the world will end in December 2012. Be that as it may, don't credit the old Maya schedule for anticipating it. Hey guys, welcome back to Behind the Mind, the channel where we unravel conspiracy theories about space. In today's video, we will talk about the world did end in 2012, but before we begin, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications by hitting the bell, so you never miss any of our uploads. Now with the intro out of the way, let's get into our topic for today. For quite a long time, there was a theory that on December 21, 2012, the world, as far as we might be concerned, would end. Some anticipated that we'd be cleared out by a catastrophic event like a monster tsunami, an Earth-wide seismic tremor, or a gigantic volcanic emission. Others accepted that on that day, December, the Earth would crash into a puzzling Planet X, causing attractive post-shifts, gravitational inversions, or a huge dark opening that our planetary group would essentially vanish. Likewise, devotees said that this news was not actually news by any means. Going against the norm, they contended, we have had some significant awareness of the approaching end of the world, since the old Maya anticipated and recorded it on their long count schedule over 2,200 quite a while back. The antiquated Maya. Obviously, there is no substantial proof that the Maya, an assorted gathering of native individuals who lived in pieces of present-day Mexico, Belize, Guatemala, El Salvador, and northwestern Honduras from around 2000 BC could foresee what's to come. They did, be that as it may, foster one of the most refined and complex civilizations on the western side of the equator. They sorted out some way to develop corn, beans, squash, and cassava, in some cases, unfriendly places, how to fabricate elaborate urban communities without current apparatus, how to speak with each other utilizing one of the world's composed dialects initially, and how to quantify time using not one, however, two convoluted schedule frameworks. The facts confirm that the purported long count schedule, which traverses around 5,125 years beginning in 3,114 BC, arrives at the finish of a cycle on December 21, 2012. That day wraps up the 13th Bacta, around the 400-year time frame in the Maya long count schedule. But instead of moving to the following Bacta, the schedule will reset toward the finish of the 13th cycle, likened to how in 1960s car would click over at mile 99,999.9 and reset to nothing. We obviously realize that truly implies 100,000 miles, and not zero, said William Saturno, a specialist on Maya antiquarianism at Boston College. Things being what they are, is the end of Bactum 13, an enormous period finishing. Indeed. Did the Maya like period endings? Indeed, Saturno said. Could this have been a period finishing they believed was mischievous cool? Definitely. The greatest period endings they experience are Bactum endings. Be that as it may. Was it anticipated being the end of the world? No. That is simply us. All things considered for the Maya, the finish of the long count addresses the finish of an old cycle and the start of another one. As per Emiliano Galaga Murrieta, the Chiapas State Division head of Mexico's Public Foundation of Humanities and History. It resembles for the Chinese, this is the time of the rabbit, and the following year is going to the extended period of the mythical serpent, and the following will be one more creature in the schedule, Galaga said. Maya prescience for apocalypse, composing references to the furthest limit of Bactum 13 are not many. Truth be told, most Maya researchers refer to only one, a stone tablet on landmark sticks at the Tortuguero archaeological site in Mexico's Tabasco state. Take a Maya test. According to what precisely the tablet, however, is a secret, because the glyphs being referred to are to some degree harmed. Researchers have taken a few cuts at interpretations, the most unmistakable in 1996 by Earthy Colored Colleges, Stephen Houston, and the College of Texas at Austin's David Stewart. Houston and Stewart's underlying understanding showed that a divine being would slip toward the finish of Bactum 13. What might occur next is questionable, albeit the researchers recommended this could have been a prescience or some likeness thereof. This 1996 investigation was gotten on many New Age sites, related gathering conversations, and surprisingly, a couple of book parts, as proof that the Maya schedule had anticipated the apocalypse, as indicated by Stewart. Houston and Stewart, nonetheless, freely returned to the glyphs as of late and reasoned that the engraving might contain no prophetic assertions around 2012. Rather, the notice of the finish of Backtun 13 is reasonable a forward-looking articulation that alludes back to the fundamental subject of the engraving, which is the commitment of Landmark 6. In an October blog entry about his decisions, Stewart compares to a copyist needing to deify the New York Yankees' 1950 range of the Philadelphia Phillies in that year's Worldwide Championship. Assuming this essayist was to utilize the Meyer expository gadget remembered to be in Landmark 6 engraving, the text could peruse. On October 7, 1950, the New York Yankees crushed the Philadelphia Phillies to win the Worldwide Championship. It happened 29 years after the main Yankees' triumph in the Worldwide Championship in 1921. Thus 50 years before the year 2000 will happen, the Yankees won the Worldwide Championship. Composed along these lines, Stewart noticed, the text specifies a future season of authentic significance, the 50-year commemoration of the triumph. However, it does as such concerning the current occasion, i.e., the 1950 game. This is definitively the number of antiquated Maya texts are organized, including Tortuguero's Landmark 6. Stewart composes the schedule round. The principal Mayan schedule, known as the schedule round framework, depended on two covering yearly cycles, a 260-day hallowed year and a 365-day typical year that was named year and a half with 20 days each. 5 unfortunate anonymous days were attached at year's end. Under this framework, every day was doled out 4 bits of recognizing data, a day number and day name in the sacrosanct schedule, and a day number and month name in the common schedule. Like clockwork, considered a solitary span or schedule round, the schedule would reset itself like a clock after every stretch. 2012 end of the world, simply graceful prosper. Inali's Galaga indicates that this construction of Maya texts has befuddled current personalities, given our affinity for strict, direct perusing. Regardless of whether the Landmark 6 engraving alludes to a divine being descending toward the finish of Backtun 13, he said it's anything but an explanation about the apocalypse. They are writing in a more lovely sense, saying, indeed, on December 21, 2012, the God will descend and begin another cycle, and the old world will bite the dust, and the new world will be reawakened, just to make it more beautiful. Saturno, the Boston College paleontologist, concurred that the reference to a particular date is clear in Landmark 6, yet all at once added that there's no text that follows and says, and this will mean the demise of the world, and the world will end in fire. That is not any place in the text. Instead, Saturno said, the publicity around 2012 stems from disappointed Westerners seeking the people of yore for direction, trusting that people groups, for example, the Maya, knew something then that could be useful to us through troublesome times now. Regardless of whether the antiquated engravings anticipated the apocalypse, Saturno wouldn't be stressed, given the Maya history with long-range prescience. They didn't see a breakdown coming. They didn't see the Spanish victory coming. The most recent big screen presentation from Sony Pictures, 2012, shows the apocalypse, probably founded on speculations upheld by the Mayan schedule. The Armageddon situation rotates around claims that the finish of opportunity will come as a dark planet X, or Nibiru, slams into Earth. The Sumerians probably found the baffling planet, as indicated by claims by pseudo-researchers, paranormal movement lovers, and web scholars. A few sites have blamed the U.S. Space Office for hiding reality regarding the delinquent planet's presence. However, NASA has decried such stories as a web fabrication. As per a report in the message, NASA said in a responsive posting on its site, there is no verifiable reason for these cases, on the off chance that such a crash was genuine. Space experts would have been following it for at minimum the previous 10 years, and it would be noticeable at this point to the unaided eye, it said. There is no such thing as clearly, it added. Believable researchers overall know about no danger related with 2012, it demanded. All things considered, our planet has been getting along fine and dandy for multiple billion years, added NASA. Well guys, that's all we have for you today. Did you have any idea about this? Did you really trust that world would end in 2012? Get involved and let us know in the comment section down below what you think about today's video. If you liked this video and found it informative, then be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Also, if you don't want to miss out on any new future videos like these, then be sure to click on the subscribe button and turn on the notification under this video so that you're notified the next time we upload a new video. Thanks for watching, guys. We hope you have a great day today, and we'll see you in the next video.